Alright, welcome back. This is the second installment of our Forza Horizon 4 spring playlist series. We've just finished our PR stunts successfully, as you can see, marked in gold. And now we'll be moving on to the weekly challenge. The weekly challenge is broken up into 4 chapters right here, as you can see. The first one is always really easy. All I have to do is just get into a certain vehicle of a certain kind. And this week it is the 1990 Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.516 Evolution 2. That's quite a mouthful, isn't it? But back in its day, this car is quite the sleeper. You know, it was quite something, and I already own it. Here it is. I've already upgraded it. Oh, about as far as high as it can go. So we'll get into it right now. All right, here we are, and just like that, we've finished the first chapter. All right, so the next chapter is to earn a total of 3 stars from speed traps in the 190e, and that shouldn't be that hard. We've been doing speed traps with the weekly PR challenges. So this should be pretty easy. And this is a pretty quick car with the upgrades I have in it. Oops. So we're going to go ahead and filter out everything except for speed traps. Now, a really easy speed trap, in my opinion, in this game, if I can find it, is the Astmore speed trap. For 3 stars, all I have to do is 140 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and fast travel there. Alright, here we are. We have arrived. So 0.6 miles out, plenty of time to build up speed. Going in. Build up speed. We've already reached 3 stars speed. And there we go. Oh. Well, looks like we just knocked out 2 birds with 1 stone. I mentioned the the daily challenges. And okay. I'm sorry. I was mistaken there. So we only had to do 3 stars in speed traps. So we've just done that. Piece of cake. Next one is to simply earn 6 clean racing skills in this car. And a clean racing skill, what that is when you race any type of race and you do it cleanly, like it says, which means avoiding wrecking other cars and maybe even wrecking into your surroundings. I'm not sure if that counts against it or not, but mostly just avoid wrecking others. And a really easy way to earn clean racing skills is to just do any race where you can get way ahead of the rest of the field, the other racers, because you can't wreck into anyone if there's no one else around you to wreck into. So just drive like normal and you'll earn your racing skills, clean racing skills. So for this task, what we're going to do is we're going to go to my go-to race, my go-to street race, or road race that is. And that would be the Goliath, which is basically this huge circuit that goes around the entire map. So we're going to set up a race here. I'm going to do custom events at one circuit, summer time, good weather, any car goes, open class. And we're going to use the Mercedes. And I'm not sure if we're going to get like 6 of them in this one go. We're going to have to see. If not, I'm just going to have to edit the thing down. I'm probably going to have to do it anyways because it's a long race and I'm not sure if I'm going to want you folks to sit through the whole thing. We'll have to see. Alright, So we're gonna go ahead and start this. I'm gonna be starting some dead last. I'm gonna have to work my way forward here. Here we go. That was a bad launch. Ooh, that was bad. That wall tastes pretty good. Oof. This car is loose, I have to say. Wow. I guess I should have warmed up with it more. I'm gonna go back into first person view because that's the view I do best in. So right now we're not doing a whole lot of clean racing because we're wrecking into our opponents, obviously. But once we get ahead, oh my god, we should be able to earn some clean racing skills. Not used to the whole talking. Oh, and there's that. There's the daily. There's the daily challenge. So we're knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone here. There's a clean racing right there. So it's not that hard to get. I just need to get 6 of them. And one thing to know is with these challenges, if I earn the skill on a skill chain, but then I lose it, I break it, it still counts towards the challenge, even if I don't cash it out. So we're breaking our way forward here. And I miss playing in 4K. Oh, and there's, I guess that's the weekly challenge already, is it? I don't know, we're going to see after this race. I don't feel like I've earned 6 of them as I drift around this corner. But we'll go ahead and finish this race anyway. Drive retarders in this game, you love them or hate them. They're either too good or they're too bad. In this game, in this race, you get a little bit of both. Like, it seems like sometimes whenever you're driving against the drive retarders that they're just on a rail, like a train, that they don't really drive like, you know, the players drive it, that they're just on a set track that they don't deviate from. They never seem to lose grip. Like, they're always so firmly locked on the ground. I don't know what the deal is with them. So normally at this part of the race, I'm way ahead of everyone. But I think me talking to you guys and driving is kind of making it more difficult. Oh boy. But I think we'll win this. This is not a very good display of my skills. This car will probably be better in A class rather than kind of mid-upper S1. Oh yeah, that's a good pass. Go this Lancia here past them. And this is on unbeatable difficulty. Supposedly. That's what they call it. And sometimes it really does seem unbeatable. It's very inconsistent other times. Okay. You know what, I'm gonna redo that. I'm sorry guys, but I could have done better there. Whenever you try to pass on the outside with these driver tires, it's just they just wreck into you like you're not even there. Here, there we go. Play my braking a bit better. Now they're gonna pass me back here. And also, when you're playing against unbeatable driver tires, they just have insane acceleration. But I'm gonna take this little shortcut here, like so. There we go. Back up top. He's probably gonna catch up to me because their cars always seem to be faster than mine by default. Now we head down the back end of the track. A little over halfway done here. So times like these is perfect for getting clean racing. Like right now, the ultimate one, because there's no one around to crash into. Everyone's like a freaking, you know, quarter mile behind me, half mile behind me, so there's no one to wreck into. You know, it's also a good opportunity to build up your speed skills as well. But yeah, just clean racing. Easy with this track once you get out ahead of everyone. And as you can see, I can just keep on stacking these clean racing skills on one on top of the other. There's another one. I probably got the chapter done, you know, a long time ago, probably back at the beginning as I suspected. All things considered, I probably could have used a much shorter race to get this done, but you know, I like the Goliath. Like I said, it's my go-to track. And come to think of it, I really liked racing the Goliath track back in Forza Horizon 3. You know, whenever I'd want to test a car, you know, I'd do it with that track back then, and I'd do it again here in this game. And back in Forza Horizon 3, the beginning and the ending of the circuit was on the beach, on a sandy beach. So launching with rear-wheel drive cars and that track was always so difficult because there was hardly any grip. So this game is a bit easier because you're actually starting on concrete. Go through that S-turn. That's a good way to save some time if you do it right. As we go through the final fast bends, we're approaching the finish line. And there is the finish line up ahead. And there we go. First place. 9 minutes 45 seconds. It's really not really that good for S1 class. Some money. RP leveled up. Another wheel spin. Let's see what kind of garbage we'll get this time. $5,000. You know what? I'll take it. I'd rather have this than a car that I already have. If I get a car I already have, then I don't get any money out of it. Unless it's a good one. Okay. Geez. So. Great. So the last chapter of the weekly challenge is driving the 190E for 20 miles. And as I've said previously, ideally this video will be in 60 frames per second. However, there is currently a glitch out right now in which when you have your frame rate set to 60 frames per second in this game, miles are not calculated, so it would be stuck at 0 miles. We're gonna test it here and see if we can get this to work. So we're just gonna fast travel to the highway. That's the best place to do challenges like these. All right, so we're here. We're gonna see if this is gonna work. So we'll just try it forward a little bit to test it. Alright, let's check it out. It is not working. So as you can see, it is still 0.0 miles out of 20, even though I've obviously done at least like 0.2 of a mile right there. So what we're going to have to do is to go into video settings and change it to 30 FPS. And when you do this, it looks really choppy. So what I'm going to do for you is enable motion blur to smooth it out a little bit. So the video is now running at 30 frames per second, but I have some motion blur in there to smooth it out a little bit. Gives it a more cinematic look. So we are going to test it. Alright, let's take a look. Ugh, it looks terrible. Alright, so now it's working. So now we have to drive 20 miles. That's probably going to take a while. But I'll probably cut to the last few bits unless I have good stuff to say. So, see you on the flip side. Alright, we just got the Touring Wagon. And with that, I believe. Alright, so the weekly challenge has been complete. Also, we have our season bonus, 50%. We've already got that complete. There's the Caterham, which I will be selling for a good sum. So yeah, that was good.